Hi, this is Gayle Damiano checking in, doing a quick little interview with one of our excellent workshop presenters at the retreat that we're doing this year. Then when I say we, I mean myself and Gayle Damiano. We're doing a women's empowerment retreat in Sarasota, Florida, February 28th to March 2nd. And I'm doing some quick little interviews with some of the workshop presenters. I am one, of course, Christar is one, of course, so you'll hear from us. But right now I'm bringing to you first the lovely Jenny Hong, who is here. And I'll let her introduce herself and we'll get right into it so we can find out who she is and what she does and what she's going to be offering us at the event.
Well, my name is Jenny Hong, and I live in the city of Cape Coral, Florida. I am an energy and sound healing practitioner.
So can you describe then how sound healing works? How do you describe it to people when they ask you how it works? Yeah.
Everything is energy. Everything is sound and light at the core of our very being. We are sound and light and energy and vibration. I tell people to think of themselves as an instrument that needs to be tuned.
Like a guitar or a violin.
Correct.
Or a piano,
Yes.
or I'm thinking of strings. Yeah, okay.
They can easily get out of tune. And so what sound healing does is those frequencies, when we work with sound frequencies, what they do is help to entrain you to take your frequency that's out of tune, and it entrains to that frequency. So it's kind of like a little helping hand, bringing you back up into tune and back into harmonic state of balance.
So how do I know if I'm not in tune?
You would feel it.
Okay.
So anything that happens, what I say is we have an energy body first and a physical body second. Whatever happens in our energy body, if that's not properly aligned and in tune and in balance, it will affect us physically. And you'll see that in the physical body. It'll come through your emotions, your mental state, and physical symptoms will happen.
Curious, for people who don't know what sound healing is, what kind of tools do you use with sound healing?
Personally, in my practice, I work with the crystal singing bowls and the Tibetan singing bowls. It's a little bit different. One's made out of quartz crystal, the other one's made out of metal. And they both carry a different frequency and resonance to them. I use tuning forks as well. I'll use the energy from my hands to help the sound carry, and once in a while I'll use my voice if I'm called to do it.
Okay.
I don't claim to have the best voice in the world, but when I feel called to work with it.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's just really in the moment. It is all in the moment.
Yeah,
so sometimes it's just like this needs to happen right now. So yeah.
It's very much channeled, I believe.
Yeah.
Just like how an actor works or a dancer, a musician, it comes through. And so the bowls will tell you how they want to be played. I'm not using my logical mind to work with them at all.
So when you were a kid, did you imagine you would be doing this as an adult?
Oh my gosh, that's funny to think about, because now that I imagine it, so I work with the singing bowls, right? And it kind of looks like I'm banging on pots and pans. I used to bang on pots and pans as a kid.
Okay.
My mom's pots and pans. So maybe that was an indication like, hey, your future will be.
Okay, so you're going to be performing for us in Sarasota. And that's February 28th to March 2nd. She's going to be there. So is there anything that you want anybody watching this to know that are thinking about going to the event, but they haven't committed yet? Because there are a few of you, by the way. There's a few of you who have not yet committed. I'm waiting for you to commit. There's space. We're holding some space. So if you're on the fence, just say yes. It's really easy if you just think about it that way. So how can you, so how can you explain, my question, I'm trying to read what I wrote here. So my question was, can you explain to the audience or to everybody who's watching what you'll be doing at the event or how you'll be presenting it? Because a lot of people have heard of singing bowls, or they've heard of sound healing, but they've never seen it or experienced it, so they don't know what it looks like. So I guess, can you walk us through a little bit of how it works and how you'll be setting up and performing?
Okay. So typically for a sound healing event, what I would do, the participants would lie down on the floor or in a chair, whatever they're most comfortable with physically, and just get as comfortable as possible. it's almost similar to like a little sleepover. So you have like your mat, your yoga mat, a pillow, blanket, just getting all snuggled and tucked in. And then when I start playing, I'll probably be working with the crystal bowls, working with the sound frequencies from the bowls, and usually that's about an hour or so.
Can someone ohm to match the pitch with the bowls when you're working, or does that defeat the purpose?
Can someone ohm?
Yeah, like if they try to match your pitch, does it like cancel out, or does it make it better?
Oh my gosh,
have you ever
no,
tried it?
it'll enhance it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like one form of toning, and anybody can do that with the bowls.
Okay.
And actually, depending on what their word is, if it's ohm or something else, it can create another frequency. So they start changing, they start working like waves.
Right. I just got goosebumps
in
thinking about
between
it.
each other. Yeah, it's like synergistic.
Sometimes I find that the outdoor settings, it kind of gets lost.
It does.
Yeah.
I did a retreat a few days ago, and it was outside. I love being in nature. So, but it's very different. One, the frequencies actually tend to sound better working out in nature for whatever reason. I think it's just the energy, nature inherently is freaking perfect, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the sound tends to dissipate and dissolve a little bit. So you can't really feel the vibration so much as when you're in an enclosed room.
Right, because it's just coming right back at you, bouncing off the walls
Yeah.
and the ceiling. Cool.
But they're good either way, two different experiences.
Yes.
Both unique.
Yes. Do the colors that you're wearing affect your vibration as well?
I never thought about that. That is, I would say yes, because the colors have frequency. And yes, I decided to wear yellow today. I wanted to be joyful and happy.
It's
and
joyful.
Yeah, they
I'm in
absolutely
black
do.
and gray.
Yeah.
What do people do while you're giving the sound therapy? So you said they lay down or sit down and just get comfortable. So that's about it.
They lie down, check out. I mean, my own personal experience, I had sound healing done on me yesterday, actually. I went to have a crystal bowl session done, so I was receiving, which was so necessary, to get that sound medicine in. But for like 5 minutes or so, I'm just jelly. The frequencies make me feel very relaxed, and then all of a sudden I'll check out. So it really puts me into a trance state and a form of meditation.
Yeah.
And I go somewhere, and I come back briefly. I'll be out for like 15 minutes or so, come back, and then not know where I am, and then check out again. Yeah, so that can often happen. In fact, that's good when that happens, because it means you're kind of getting out of your head, getting out of your mind, and allowing for that healing to come through.
Yeah, it's
work.
the sound frequencies are the facilitator to help you get out of your mind, because many people, and which because they come to you all the time, cannot find a way to get out of their own head, or they don't know how to including meditation, so they can't meditate. So it's almost like going to one of these is someone doing it for them in some way.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's actually how I got into this, because I have a monkey mind, and I had a very hard time learning how to just sit still and be in the own position and just quiet my mind. I couldn't do that. And so when I discovered the bowls, I would focus on the vibrations and the feeling that it would give me, and the sound and how it would make me feel. And I would focus on that feeling of how great it was, that it took me out of thinking about what I had to do for work tomorrow or 5 years from now and my goals, or thinking about the past. I didn't have time to think about it. I was just focusing on how great this feeling was. So I consider it a tool to help you meditate, and that's why it's called meditation.
Yeah, excellent.
Meditative practice.
I can't wait. Now I'm like, okay, sound healing time.
Yeah.
So that's all. Those are all the questions that I have. So I want to say thank you for coming and sitting here and subjecting yourself to all of these questions. And really, thank you for offering to do this for
oh my gosh,
us
it's gonna be so
and
fun.
for the retreat. It's
Thank
gonna
you
be
for
great.
asking me.
Yeah, well,
This
thank
is
Chris
so
Starr, because I brought it up last year, and I said, well, who do we know? She's like, Jenny Holm. So we reached out, and here we are. So all of that. So in closing, I want to remind everyone watching who's watched the whole video to send me a message. Let me know that you are definitely interested in coming to the retreat, and we will set up payment plans and get all the good stuff out of the way, so then you can just focus on arriving and just being and enjoying the lovely talents of Jenny Hong and
others.
And plenty others, yes. You'll hear from the others as well. Today is Jenny Hong's day.
Woo! It's Jenny Hong Day! And my own personal day. That's awesome.
Shouldn't we all?
Yes.
I think we should.
Gayle.
All right. I don't have a sign off, so peace.
Yo.